What's up guys, it's Gaz, welcome to the Warframe video. So we've done about 2 videos on the Jat Kusar blade and whip on this channel so far, and I showed you previously how it works with no Riven mod equipped. Yeah, really good. Honestly, extremely surprising, and one of my new favorite melee weapons. So just a quick go over on these stats. We got pretty low attack speed, really high crit stats of 35 and 2.5, 2.4 range, relatively low stash chance at 19, and we have a innate heat weapon, so mostly heat with also some impact, slash, and puncture thrown in the mix as well. So the fact that it has base heat lets you do combinations like viral heat, corrosive heat, and things of that nature, and these really high crit stats let you get extremely high damage numbers without even having to do much to get to that. So, but that's not what this is about. This is about getting maximum crazy stats with these RNG lottery mods and showing you guys how a god roll Riven goes. We got 2 Rivens for you today. I'm going to first show you guys the Riven that we rolled in that video yesterday, which was the this is the one I actually own, and then we have this one as well over here, which is a god roll as far as I'm concerned. 46% attack speed, 163% critical chance, which is double for heavy attacks, and 77% critical damage, and then minus damage to infested, and the infested are super easy to kill anyway. So we'll show that one in a second here. The enemies I spawn in the Simulacrum are not strong enough, so I'm looking to do like a long survival run pretty soon here with this Jat Kusar, like looking for like 3-5 hours maybe, depending on like if I have a team that's willing to go that long, and in Kuva survival. So maybe looking to do that in the next couple days. Keep an eye out on the Twitch channel if you are interested in seeing a longer run. I am definitely, like I said, I'm trying to get into one of those pretty soon here. But yeah, let's go over this build. So this is basically just a for fun build. I was actually running Sacrificial Steel here earlier, which is going to give us 112% crit chance. And just for the purposes of this video, we're going to actually run the Helios Sentinel, which is going to actually give you a really fun little, I'm not going to call it cheese, this is just how it works, where you can run a little interaction where you can put the Gladiator mods on your Sentinel's weapon. So we have Gladiator Might, Gladiator Vice, and Gladiator Rush. And that's going to make it so we get like a miniature Blood Rush applied to our melee weapon, just because our Sentinel has this weapon equipped. And it does not work on the other Sentinels because only the Helios can equip the Deconstructor melee Sentinel weapon. The other ones like Death Cube, he can't equip it, so don't worry about that. If you want to do this synergy, you need to actually use the Helios Sentinel. I don't normally do that, but people were asking for it, so I'm going to put it in this video right here. So, and then also really quickly, guys, I'm going to be showing you with viral stacks on the enemies, because if you're doing a longer endurance run, you need to have these viral stacks on enemies to get extremely high damage numbers. So it's going to make things a lot easier. So yeah, we're using a Kuva new core with a high stash chance. This is a heat roll, and we have viral, heat, and radiation. So yeah, any new core will do, but I do recommend the heat one. So let's quickly show it on these corrupted bombards. So we're running corrosive and heat. Not the right combination for these guys, but let's just give it a shot anyway. And there you go. This is my kind of okay Riven. Nothing extremely exciting. But yeah, as you see, pretty good. And this is with no Blood Rush, so we're getting orange crits at most until we get really stacked up, and then the Gladiator mods will actually come into effect as well. So yeah, as I said, these guys aren't, like, I can't spawn high enough enemies to like not get completely annihilated by this, so I'm looking to do an endurance run pretty soon here. And yeah, let's quickly show on some enemies that are actually weak to this element, so some corrupted gunners, and then I'm going to show you guys as well a comparison between the Seti Lacera, which is the new blade and whip we got from the Scarlet Spear, with a good Riven, and the God Roll Jat Kusar Riven. Honestly, I think that the Jat Kusar is better. Right, so these guys are actually weak to these elements we're using, so they get completely dumpstered. And we're also running Naramon, just for the purposes of showing the absolute limit this thing can be at. So, yeah, pretty good. Stack up some viral and one shot. She's already pretty much dead. Are you full health? You're full health. Sweet. Alright, there you go. One shot. With my Riven that's not really good. So, I'm going to show you guys 2 clips right here. So, we're going to start off with the Jat Kusar on the Exo Goose Drag officers. So, the thing about the Exo Goose Drag officers, let's quickly compare something so you can see some context here. So the corrupted heavy gunners we were just fighting right there. They have 500 ferrite armor and 700 cloned flesh at base. The enemies that we're going to be showing right here are the Exo Goose Drag officers. Basically the tankiest thing I can spawn in here. They have 1,000 ferrite armor at base and 2,000 cloned flesh. So compared to the heavy gunner, it's like pretty much double the tank stats. So keep that one in mind when I'm showing you this. Okay, so we're going to do the Jat Kusar first, then we're going to show the Celestera, just for comparison's sake. Not really, they're not the same build because they're different Rivens, obviously. So here we go. This is with the God Roll, Krita, Akriata. Maybe you could replace one of those stats with something else, but this is as good as I've seen so far with the Jat Kusar. And we're running Sacrificial Steel here. Just showing the build really quick. There's also no corrosive projection, no armor removal besides the heat procs, and here we go. These guys are ridiculously tanky compared to everything else. So yeah, honestly, found it pretty powerful. Just three shotting them all over the place. So you do want to stack up that viral, like I said. So we are going to show that. I think that is fair to show, because if you're not stacking viral, it's just a lot of damage you're not getting. So if I was to ever run a long mission endurance based, I would be running viral for sure. Not my weapon, but viral on like a secondary to proc some stasis on the enemies. So they're taking, it stacks all the way up to 325% multiplicative damage buff. And a couple other things, guys. So yeah, this looks great, doesn't it? It looks pretty good with a God Roll Riven and fully stacked up combo. But there's a couple things you actually want to know about the Defiled Snapdragon stance, which is the one you have to use for these weapons. Let's show the Celestera here too. Celestera, a little bit different. It's definitely not as crit focused here, and it is a different build. So like I said, not a great comparison, but I just want to show you guys like a little bit of what's going on here. So we have a CC, CD, Stash Chance Riven on Celestera. Not a perfect build, like I said. I don't have attack speed on here, so I'm running Berserker. We could technically run Arcane Strike on our frame, but, you know, I'm not going to go re-record it. So this is what you get. And it does good on these enemies, but I do think the Jat Kusar is better. So here are the combos for Defiled Snapdragon. We're going to do a mission gameplay here as well with a Blood Rush build. It's actually going to be a high... I just want to test this out, see how you guys like it. A high-level Requiem Exterminate mission, which is pretty much like Kuva Flood levels. But instead of having to fight Guardians and stuff like that, you're fighting corrupted enemies and Kuva Grenier. So, yeah, as you see right here, it's not as like ridiculous looking up front, but it will stack up and be pretty good. If we put on Weeping Wounds on this build too, there would be some more slash procs compared to the Lacera, and like it's not bad. I do think the Jat Kusar is better personally, but it's not bad at all. I can't say that either weapon is bad, but yeah, like I said, if you ask me, Jat Kusar is better. But here's the Defiled Snapdragon combo. As this is from the wiki, so credit to the Warframe wiki guys who do a great job. So as far as combos you want to use here, Claws of the Drake, which is the non-moving, so like standing still, melee spam combo. This one right here, that has a guaranteed slash proc in it. So even with the relatively low stash chance that the Jat Kusar has, you're gonna get a guaranteed slash proc in there. So pretty nice. It also covers a pretty good area with like the sweeping around of the whip, so I can recommend that one to you guys really highly. As far as the other combos, we've got Soul of the Leviathan. Look at these edgelord names. The first one is a 4x multiplier hit, or it does 4 hits of 100%, and then the other ones after that, there is a guaranteed impact proc, so that one doesn't really have the greatest proc potential. Heart of the Naga, on the other hand, the forward blocking combo. This one right here, that has some guaranteed slash in it too, but honestly, I don't really like that one as much because it feels like you're swinging around a little bit too much. And then I put question mark on the last combo, Fangs of the Lindworm, because it's literally, like, it's just this. Why is it just this? I don't understand why. Every time I do a Blade and Whip video, I question why the combo does this, but there you go, that's what it does. It does 500% damage and a knockdown. And it's just like a mini swing in front of you. So there you go, guys. Let's get into that mission gameplay. And we're going to be using a slightly different build. This is the Endurance combo build I showed in the previous Jat Kusar video. Me showing a specific build here doesn't really change much because Riven mods have complete RNG stats. So me showing you this, I'm just showing you how crazy it can be with a good Riven. And in my opinion, really, really good. Like I said, I'm actually going to probably see if the guy that's lending this Riven to me wants to sell the God roll to me. And if he doesn't, whatever. Like, I'll just live with the pretty good one I already have. But I really do like the CCCD attack speed minus infest one a lot. So when I'm looking to do an endurance run, I would love to have that in my arsenal. And yeah, as far as a recommended Riven on this thing to you guys, I'd say yes, I do highly recommend it. But that being said, it's not like it's a mega, like, you must have this kind of weapon. If you want to get a Cronin Prime, if you want to get a Graham Prime, Redeemer Prime, those are all still really high tier stuff, even after the Riven nerfs. Especially Cronin and Graham. I haven't tried the Redeemer out for, like, hordes of enemies really recently. Redeemer is more of a tool to me than an actual, like, weapon. Like, I use it as a, like, a Demolith Slayer, as a like a ridiculous death cannon, pretty much. I guess you could call it a weapon, but it doesn't really feel horde-based. If you're grouping enemies up together, I'd say the Redeemer Prime is still really good. But it's more of like I said, a tool. It's really good in the Prophet Taker, really good in Eidolon fights. And this thing it's better for hordes, I'd say. And notice I'm not using the heavy attack build at all here. The heavy attack build is just for fun, in my opinion. It is really awesome looking, where it makes the explosion at the end of the whip, and I'm still gonna run that build sometimes. But I'd say for overall recommendations, I'd say just use a actual quick attack build like this. And on my for fun build I created, it's got the mod Focus Energy. So like notice right there, I just did a heavy attack, my entire combo disappeared. On Focus Energy, it's gonna make it so you're draining less of your combo on a heavy attack. So if I just want to have some fun, throw the whip out. Things like Zeneric, the Zeneric melee efficiency node, the Focus Energy combo efficiency, that stuff's going to be really important for you not losing your entire combo if you're trying to do like a combination hybrid build like this, or like the one I showed previously. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this to you guys if you are looking for some fun. It's a weapon type I don't use very often. I know a lot of people have been asking me to either take a look at the Mios as well, which is it's the other bladed whip that's not the Lacera or the Jat Kusar, and that thing does look pretty good. I like that that thing has no base elementals. The problem with, not a problem, but a factor of the Seti Lacera and the Jat Kusar that is a little bit annoying in some situations is the innate elemental, and it's also a good thing in some situations. But the thing is, after that gas video I talked about the other day, and I mentioned that base Toxin is basically the way to go if you want to do a dot build. It opened a lot of people's eyes, I feel like. They're like, well, gas damage is kind of just poopy now, so... and the thing about the Mios, no base elementals, you can do a pure Toxin build on the Mios. I really like that, and I do want to try that out. So if you have a God Roll Mios Riven on PC and you'd like to maybe let me borrow it for a couple days, let me know, maybe in the comments or on Twitter. On a Twitter like DM or whatever, and I'll possibly take a look at it. I will be building it up in the next couple days, and yeah, I really do recommend this to you guys. Like I said, looking to do an endurance build or endurance run here pretty soon. And for the endurance run, I would definitely be running Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush. Like I said, like I like these kinds of builds, guys, with the upfront damage that you don't have to stack anything up, don't have to worry about combo. But if I'm doing an endurance run, don't get me wrong. If I'm doing an endurance run, I'm gonna run the scaling stuff, because that's where that stuff really shines and really feels necessary a lot of the time. Okay, so keep that in mind. I do highly recommend this. I don't think the ribbons... I've seen some people in trade chat trying to buy these ribbons recently, but the prices are still relatively cheap. Like, the cheapest one I saw was going for like 40-ish plat, and I bought mine for 20, so you could probably find one for 20 still if you looked hard enough. And yeah, that's going to basically be it for the video, guys. I hope that you found it fun and helpful. Make sure you check out the Twitch link, the Twitch channel, like I said before. We hit 2,000 followers on Twitch yesterday. I didn't even realize that until after the stream ended. So thank you so much for all the support. Make sure you sub to the YouTube channel. Gonna do a face reveal on Twitch and like have a webcam and stuff at 10K subs on YouTube, and we are so close. It's like 100 away. So yeah, really appreciate all the support. Channel's doing great, and we're trying to give constructive feedback and make the game a better place. Don't call me. Don't just say I'm toxic and not giving good advice, because I've seriously heard so many people saying thank you for making these videos, guys, about some harsh criticism of DE and the previous updates. just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not what other people are thinking as well. Okay, we're all in this together. We're all playing the same game, and we all want. At least I think everyone wants it to be really good. And of course, people have different opinions, different views on things. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully, DE can do a good job on the Deadlock Protocol and the Nightwave. But that remains to be seen. We will see you very soon, guys. Make sure you have a great weekend and all that kind of stuff. And peace.